Howard Brockway, welcome. Make sure my mic is on here tonight. See if I can. Oh. That's that. Switch to the other camera, I think. Dave BNS F in scale. Welcome. Says I'll have 4 watching. I only see 2. Well, besides myself. I forgot to do a reminder video, guys, so some people might not get in here tonight without being reminded unless they got a notification, which is fine. School killed River Valley. Welcome to the live chat. Got water spots all over my phone. NS 5107, aka Chasco, in the house saying hi to everybody. Frank Pierce, Lost. Okay. Frank from Lost. Are you new in here? Seen the name in me here before, so. Yeah, twice a week, Chasco. Imagine that. Hydrate. Twice last week, filling in for Vinny. Twice this weekend or week, filling in for Sparky 107 last night. He took a much needed week off after his get rid of that little card that comes up on my live stream all the time. I need to get that off of there as it keeps saying Christmas giveaway. Ooh. Okay. Well, my eye's going to start watering. Who else we have in here? Yes, I am. Okay. Well, welcome, Frank. Glad to have you in here. And my eye is sticking, guys, so bear with me here a second. I'm out of tissues down here, of course. I don't know why it would start. River Bowie? Wow, okay. Are we talking about Chuck Baker's River Bowie? Power Slave IP, welcome. I believe you was in here last night. Oh, jeez. This thing would have to start this now while I'm trying to do a live stream. Might not be able to be on here very long, guys. My eyes are watering. I've got a what do they call it, stingat a stigmatism or whatever. Um, I think that's what's going on. My eyes are like they're watering and clamping shut, and I did not know this was going to start happening now. I was fine. Never hurts to take a break. Sure was. The Carver, welcome. Oh, okay. School kill River Valley. I wasn't even thinking about his being River Valley. I was thinking River Valley Railroad. That was Chuck Baker, but Chuck Baker don't have a channel no more, so that I'm aware of. Okay, well, might be okay for the time being. Sorry about that, guys. I'm trying to get my eyeballs to open up. They are not cooperating for this live stream tonight. Don't know why. So, so far it looks like we might have 12 watching. I'm watching, but I don't feel like. Uh, okay, that was Sparky. Looks like Benny's in the house. BNSF 6951, our cousin Vinny, who will be on tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern. Indian Head Valley Railroad, Wilma. Looks like Container Man 68. Roy Harvick's in the house saying hi to everybody, and everybody keeps telling me more volume. I can't go up no higher, guys. I'm maxed. So I don't know. I don't know how to make it any more better. I'm on the cam that I was on last night, so the microphone is on the one on the computer. So I don't know how to make that any better. Wish I could. Uh, and you need a microphone. Okay, well, I can try this real quick. I don't know if it'll work for me or not, but I will put my phone down there. And okay, I will have to set my portable microphone up for next week. Till then, guys, I'm sorry. You'll just have to bear with me if the sound is low. Wilmer says, wrap your neck or wear a headset with a microphone. Well, I have a gaming headset, so I might have to set that one up. I may have to bring that down and set it up because I don't get to use it on anything else except the Jerry Sonley soldered, yeah, Dwayne's Fork and Spoon Railroad. Looks like we have 18 watching. That's a good count so far. That's a little more than I normally get. Hopefully, Wilmer is feeling better, and Ron Piskel is um, on his way to recovery and feeling better for next week. Um, Vinny, I hope you're recovering well with your mouth surgery, your dent for your new implants. We'll find out tomorrow night, I suppose. Quiet Rodney. Okay. Black Fountain Falcon Models, welcome. That's good to hear, Wilmer. I'm glad you're feeling better, buddy. The sad thing is it's the weather outside that you don't know if you're going to feel better or get worse. So yes, Vinny, you're very, very welcome for me asking. I'm glad you're feeling better or getting better. And hopefully, you'll sound just a little better for tomorrow night's live feed. Because I know you want to get back into the swing of things. I know you wasn't feeling good last week, and I hopped into your spot like Sparky needed a day off, and I hopped in his spot last night. So, but I will get the microphone or the headset or something down here, guys, and try to get that set up for next week. Right now, basically, we're going to do something real quick to get it out of the way so I don't keep boring you all with stuff the same or 2 nights in a row. There's your live streams. Um, Everybody probably knows them by now. Um, and there's your weekly shows. Wilmer's Not Bad. Roy Smith's Dispatch and Layout updates, Rouse Car Barn, and Ron Piskel's at the workbench when Ron feels good enough to get back into his program. So there's all that taken care of. Tonight, we're just going to do, I think, this simple. Well, first of all, I found in some stuff that my friend had given me a while back. I don't know how long back, but I found, and I'm going to say that these are Afrin. I'm pretty no, I correct myself. Atlas. They are possibly Atlas, but they will fit. I'm thinking they're Afrin because they're exactly like the Afrin um, dummies that I'm going to show you all real quick. That's still tied in the box, and I will see if I can make this picture over here a little bit so I can. It's a B unit dummy. There's two of them, and the reason I say these shells are probably Afrin also is because if you line them up, it's got the same clip slots on it. So I will probably be changing these bodies out and putting the I believe these are F7s, if I'm not mistaken. That's what it is labeled, F7s. But I believe I might be changing those out. These are dummies. They don't have motors or nothing in them, but I'm thinking that I could run them, behind a DC engine or something, and pull them like they're pushing behind some headlight, and that I'll tell you an easy way how to make temporary headlights. Take you could put a course of a LED in there with your resistor. You got to have a resistor because of DC and DC or DCC to get your voltage to go down and your amperage. But best way probably for me, instead of trying to hunt down lenses, even though you could probably find some in car model parts that might fit in there from a headlight, just to cover that hole up. Or you could really get unique and customize it and put a some kind of headlight on there and just make it look like your own idea. But take a piece of tape and make your own windows around there, or something like that. That's what my dad used to do to his passenger cars. That if he found used passenger cars that didn't have the plastic um, windows in them, he used to take um, scotch tape and put across the insides of them, so there would be some kind of windows there. And that's basically what I could probably actually do for that. Or if you can get a LED that size, of course I'd have to measure the hole and everything, but if I can get an LED that size, heck, you can glue it in there and go with it. But I thought I'd add that in to the night's live stream. That I did find two of these, and here's the other one. Nothing's broke on it except I might not be able to use this one, but they are F7As. They are labeled inside there on the body. This one's not, but this one is. But they're well, I'm wrong. They're two different bodies. But anyway, I think I might steal the horn off of this broken shell right here, put over on this one that's missing one. This one's broke out on the back, so more than likely I will not be able to put a coupler box back on that one if that's where it went originally. Although this one's different, so this one didn't have a coupler box up front like this one does. So, and basically, well, one's there's the difference. Some of the difference also. You got two headlights and one headlight. So, but I will take this good one and put it on one of these guys, and I'll decorate it up, and maybe I'll just keep one of the B units like they are and decorate it up with my railroad channel name on it or something like that. We'll see what happens. That'll be a live stream or a video for another time. I just thought I'd mention that idea that I have. Not that I need any more ideas because I really don't. um, and here's the other B unit. Did get these from my friend. He buys a bunch of railroad stuff from auctions and sales and gets what he wants out of the stuff. And then when he don't want the rest of it, we do a little what they call horse trading for stuff, or he'll give me stuff, or if there's a lot of stuff, then he'll offer me a price, and I'll buy it that way also. So it helps me out and it helps him out by getting rid of it, and I end up with it, and then I go through it and I repurpose it or resell it or give it away or however the case may be. But also in this bag with these um, locomotive shells is a box car. No doors. The steps are broke on the one end. No brake wheel. But hey, you set it somewhere on your layout and make it look like they just threw it along the side of the track, made it a storage place for tools or stuff like that. Could build a base for it, put it near a warehouse for extra storage, different stuff. So hey, there's always a purpose for something on my railroad, but there's also the possibility that it could go to the next person and they might have more ideas than me. 2025 train rolling. Yes, it would, Wilmer. Now, you may remember quite a few live streams ago that I had this from, or I had purchased this from Jack Jack, this United States Army car, and if I don't drop it, um, I'm thinking about doing some more weathering to this car, as well as this car that we was doing last night on to fill in for Sparky's Wednesday night live chat. I will be doing the other side of this car sometime. I've got some other ideas for this one. This one might end up with some kind of paint on it, but it might be graffiti. I don't know if I'm going to be able to paint graffiti real good, but I'm willing to try anything once. If I fail, well, more practice will help. But anyway, I'm thinking about graffitiing this tanker also, since it's yellow and it's plain and stuff like that. It don't necessarily have to have United States Army on it. I mean, I could just block that out. And I mean, I have nothing against the Army, don't get the wrong idea. It's just a car, but I just had other ideas for it since it's yellow. It's basically the color, that'll be good for graffiti to be to go on, like your dark colors and different stuff. So I don't know if we'll get into this one tonight or not, but I am going to try to get into weathering the other side of the box car. So I will put this aside just in case, and if everything don't fall down, because this place is a mess. 2210. Thank you, Vinny. Excuse me. And Matt, let me sing Knights tank car. And I've got a few in here that's the same that I had purchased from Jack Jack. I'm was never okay. Here's the thing. I was never a big fan of weathering anything. Hi, Nancy. But until I seen that train the other day going by St. James, I think every single car that I seen going by had some kind of graffiti, writing, rust, and it just, I don't know, it struck some interest, and now it seems that's all that's in my mind. I want to, weather cars, and you know, I'm going to weather cars, and I only have anything to run them on at the moment because the railroad is getting, I guess you want to say, remodeled, um, or in cousin Vinny's words, major changes. And mine's going to be going through a lot of major changes. Um, But more on that. Oh, that's not good. Okay, that was my good buddy Sparky giving me a message. But anyway, just see what we got here. Looks like Roy and Nancy was having a conversation. Hope your doctor visits well. I have one tomorrow and Monday. Don't you just love doctor visits? Anything to round out your weekend and start your week. Whoop. Okay, well, I just knocked my chat apart off this computer. Well, anyway, get this top yeah, live chat back. Okay. So you enjoying your trip, Nancy? I'll have to text you later and tell me how many certain trains you might have seen. Okay, well anyway, guys, we are going to get our brown oxide out because I'm out of burnt umber and we got some black. Oh, there's my burnt umber. Hey, that works. Burnt umber might even be a better rust color. Burnt sienna don't look too good. Real brown. Okay. And then this is Walmart paint, guys. That's what I've been using on everything. 50 cents a bottle, sometimes cheaper. All depends. And here's a little trick, and I know I showed this before, and a few other people's probably showed it. But you take your fine tip brush and you dip it in your paint and make a little round mark on your lid, and it makes it easier when you store it into a container or something. You can see what color it is right on the top of the lid. That's just a little tip that I learned from another YouTuber, and I took the idea in consideration. Um, let's see what we can do with this thing to make it look a little more. And again, my starting of the technique is to um, just get some water on here. It's just the way I do it. I said that last night, um, just to give it a little more water on there, and then you need to dip your brush into some water to lighten up your paint, or if you want to do a real dark color, um, that's your preference. Um, go for it. You can do some panels like that, darker rust if you really want to rust it up. Um, and it, more your darker rust is going to be down here along your bottom of your car where all the rust runs, and then of course the water will drain off of it from the snow or the rain, and all your main rust will be, you know, running down from the roof, but landing and staying right here, right where your door slide and stuff is. And up here in these grooves, it'll really hold it in. And I'm actually painting that the wrong way, but it'll work. Um, and put some over the safety stripe. I mean, it's a railroad car. The real railroad ain't perfect. I don't know, if anybody would disagree with that, but I never seen a perfect railroad car going by on the railroad track, unless they're absolutely brand new and shiny right out of the shop. So, but I mean, I think that's looking pretty good, at least to um my liking. You get some darker colors on there, and mark some stuff out, make it look like it's been tampered with um, by kids that can sneak into the railroad yard and actually not get caught. But here is where everything will start getting interesting as we start putting. And it sounds like we might have a fire truck coming up the road. So if you hear a siren, that's what that is. Boonesboro is at it again. And you can see I started the roof. Um, this probably ain't the collar for rust. I mean, it's brown. It's brown oxide, or I'm sorry, burn umber. I did change that. Um, this is actually the brown oxide. It's actually a little um different brown. It's like a lighter brown, which might be a little better. But once this dries, it's going to dry light. So because it's watered down and everything. So um, and you can darken it up in some spots like I'm doing here. I'm darkening some of it up. That way it looks like the water has laid there, and don't have no way of draining, because the box car is just, it's it tends to have a little bit of sagging over the years from being used and used and used. And I like doing this kind of stuff, but like I said before, guys, weathering was never much of an interest to me until I seen that train yesterday going by, and almost every car had something on it, and I thought, well, you know what, that that is sort of sort of neat and interesting, because if you can put that kind of stuff, or get a do all that to a real railroad car, why not do it to your model railroad cars as well, and give it some realism and ideas and different techniques? And like me, I mean, this is my weathering technique. I know you can do an airbrush and spray can. If you hold it back, so far you can do a light mist of something, and do a light mist of something else. With the airbrush, you can, if you're real good, you get up real close and do your graffiti and stuff. If you don't want to do decals of it, I mean, if you're real good with the airbrush, which obviously I'm not, because I don't own I own an airbrush, but I don't think it's ever actually been used. I'm not even sure where it is, honestly. It's it was moved in the when we moved a long time ago here, and I think it's been packed in a box ever since. And a lot of that stuff has never seen daylight since. So, um, I know it's a cheaper one. Um, I'm thinking about getting a little better one and starting to airbrush some stuff. And they always say practice makes perfect. Um, for that saying, no one's really 100% perfect. Um, so, and no offense to anybody, it's just they say perfect, and it just makes somebody sound like they're better than somebody else. Yes, there is modelers that have more skills than other ones, but to say you're a professional, I mean, that's a different word compared to um, perfect. But you can see I just went ahead and did the whole roof. There's the side kind of with the roof. I'm just dirtying this one up, all up, um, to and Vinny knows about a few um, BN cars that I had did, and I sent private pictures to him of last year, I believe, sometime, probably somewhere back at the beginning of the year. I don't know if you remember that or not, Vinny, if you're still in here. Those Tyco or Bachman cars. I'm sorry, they're Bachman. They're out there on my railroad, and I sent pictures of them to him because I know he's a BNSF fan. Um, and I wanted him to be the first ones to see them. And I will have to, well, if you if you watch Roy Smith's Dispatch on Tuesdays, you would probably have seen them before, and if you go back to some of my videos, you will probably see them sitting there in the Prestonburg area. I always put them there because they make a good picture right where my Prestonburg um, trolley slash walk-in bridge is. So or where it's supposed to be. It's not it's not in place at the moment, but um, and I'm trying to think of other colors that I can put on here. I do want to paint this brake wheel black or some other color, um, but I'll get to that later. Um, but there's the roof. If you can see that, I don't know if that's too much of a. I can't see if I can get my head out of the. There we go. That's a little better. You can see the brown on there, and well, got my fingers in the paint. See if I can. And then the nice thing about this paint, guys, it's washable. It might take a few times washing it with soap, but you will be able to get it off. But there's the side. You can see I made those two or three panels there dark, just to um, give it a mark out type look with some rust. This one evidently will be rusting bad because it's pretty much. I mean, it's turning brown. So it may be too much brown, but I can probably possibly try something here. Autocorrect knows the movie, not the modeler. Well, welcome, Sparky. Sparky decided to come in. I'm going to see if I can do this. I don't know if it. Thank you, Wilmer. Easy and effective. Thank you, Dave. I appreciate that. I try my own ideas. I try not to. I mean, I know there's better ways, but this way is my way. Um, it's just my skills. Um, and when you're DC, it doesn't really matter. But being DC doesn't really matter between DCC because you can run the same rolling stock on both, and it don't really matter what any of it looks like because if you take your time and change your couplers and trucks and stuff like that over where technically you don't really have to. I mean, I've got cars that actually have the and I've been running them cars for years. The old what do you call them? Hook and horns or horn hooks, like Tyco and all those made. Well, I've been running those for years since I was a little kid, and I mean, I've never really had that much problem with them coming apart. I mean, yeah, they're going to come apart once in a while because they're plastic, but I mean, I'm not going to spend all kinds of money on them guys right there, them KD fives. I've got enough KB fives to do a lot of cars, but to start converting like my good Tyco and Bachman and stuff like that, you got to have conversion kits, or you got to mount the coupler up on your body. And I don't know if I'll ever even bother doing all that. Um, or if I ever went DCC, then I would probably run knuckle couplers for sure because of doing a lot of switching ops, which is probably the best thing to do with DCC is your switching ops. DC, you can get away with it if you get your engine on just right to back it up, but then there's always that chance, and it's going to possibly go flying, all depending on your um, power pack transformer. So, for me, I'm a more of a DC guy, not DCC, DC um, right now. Um, but you never know in the future. There could be a change. Um, I have hinted that in the past that there could be, there might not be. Who knows? So, with that being said, we're going to try something here, and I'm probably going to mess this up doing that because it's not looking right already. I'm going to attempt this and see if I can. What I tried to do is mix a little gray um, in with that brown, and it didn't really come out right. So um, that's all right. I thought maybe I could give it a little, just a little grayish, brownish color up here on the roof. Make it look like it's went by a tree or something and um, might have got caught and scratched something up. Or, the paint might just be fading on it. Sort of like that spot right there where I just did. That is a gray, um, burnt or a granite gray to be exact. Granite gray and burnt umber mix with water. It just kind of whitened whiten it up a little bit right there to make it look like it's the paint's fading in places. That way it kind of knocks some of the rust. Changing them, yes, Dale, I know what you mean. Like I said, I have nothing against the KD5s. I love KD5s because it's realism. It's just I've been into the horn hook couplers for so long because that's all they made. I mean, Lifelike had it, Bachman had it, Tyco had it. Um, I mean, Afrin, Roundhouse, all of them had the same same thing back then. And then, KD came out and Bachman has their Bachman whisker couplers, I believe. Is it easy couplers? And there's a whisker coupler that's, I think, is plastic, and all it basically is, it has two plastic um bands on it instead of the one like the other ones. And also some of them is knuckle couplers. So, but I mean, this stuff I just been stuck in ever since I was a kid, and it's hard to get away from something that you're just so used to. And like I said, there could be a little change in the future, but it's going to not be any time in the near future, um, unless the basement is prepared for it. Um, but I love my DC stuff. Um, I know a lot of people. Well, everybody grew up on either Lionel or DC HO in scale. Um, but you can see I kind of went back over where I had it all rusty look and made it kind of a fading paint job along there. Um, that looks better to me. I mean, it still has some of the car paint showing through. Basically, all I did was lighten it up a little bit, the brown, and I'm basically just doing that with some water and letting the water run through it, and take my brush and just um, doing what you see I'm doing on camera. Just kind of spreading the paint out real thin. Um, so some of that original body shows through and makes it look like it's scratched, fading, and chipped up. And somebody keeps texting me. I don't know if that. Okay, it's nobody important, I'm sure. But wow, this live stream's almost over already, guys. I didn't realize I talked it away already. So one computer is, oh, it is 7:58. It was just 7:55 a minute ago. Huh. Go ahead and promote your channels real quick, guys. I didn't realize it was that late. Um, I hope you enjoyed my live feed. I hope you enjoyed last night's the fill in for Sparky 107 107. Um, yes, time flies when you're having fun. Yes, Vinny. And for some reason, last year I wasn't really into my live streams. This year, since I've filled in for you and Sparky both, I'm getting more and more interested in starting to think of some um, some ideas. Yes, if I mess it up, I just I just take and just go right back over my mess ups until I get something I like. If I don't think I'm going to get anything I like, I just take it, I set it aside, and if I come back later to it and I set it. If I still don't think I want to run it, I probably eventually take the wheels off or put it on a siding or something and make it look like it's just abandoned or junk, just sitting there. They just, left it there to rot, um, and fall apart. Um, I have all those kinds of ideas. Where all this is ever going to happen on the layout, I don't know. Like I said, the layout is going to go from through some major surgery, um, and get a lot of changes. So because Sparky ex, um, inspired me with something he had comment on somebody else's video one time, and he was talking about hidden yards. Well, I went down to my train shed and looked at mine, and I thought I'm going to have all those trains pulled in to a yard where I can only run one or two at a time, but no one's ever going to see those trains except out front. And I thought, I've got to figure out how to get my yard from being hidden to more of an open spot where when I'm filming, you'll be able to see the trains pulling in or pulling out or just sitting there or, you know, however the operation might be at the time. So I mean he's had me getting thoughts into my head of what he commented about hidden yards. Um, I technically don't like hidden yards, but I mean, I guess if you have a place where the scene breaks with your backdrop in the middle of your um, bench work to make two different locations, one on the back, one on the front, um, then if you don't want anybody to always see what's in the back of that backdrop, if you have room back there, that would be where you're staging and different um, different things happen. To build your trains, take your trains apart, separate them, and do operation ops. So if you don't want anybody to see it off layout, I mean, making it look like it's off layout. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this because we're 3 minutes over. School Kill River Valley has 280 subs. I'll try to do this real quick. Not sure how much of the chat. Oh yeah, yes. Now that Sparky has brought up about his contest winners, my contest winners, um, I will try to get your stuff mailed out next week. This week has kind of been screwed up, um, and it didn't go as planned for me to send them out when I wanted to. So Monday or Tuesday of next week, I will definitely that stuff try to get that stuff sent out. Depending on if we have more bad weather. The bad weather that did hit here in Maryland has basically melted a lot. So, but when it gets colder at night, it freezes. So anyway, guys, a quick look again at my car that you all have joined in and helped me um, sit here and paint for an hour, almost an hour. Um, Thank you everybody for showing up. I appreciate it. Um, Tomorrow night, Vinny BNSF, soon as Cousin Vinny and the Cuz, um, 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night. Join Vinny for his live stream, Friday night live stream. And till then, guys, that's it for me. Um, Thanks for joining in. God bless everybody. And support your troops because of the problem that we're having over in um, Iraq or where one of those places where they sent them. Um, and salute salute your first responders and tow truck drivers, bus drivers, and definitely the truck drivers that put their life in risk on the road to get food and supplies to different areas. Until then, guys, God bless all of you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow night on BNSF 6951's live stream. Cousin Vinny at 8 p.m. Eastern. Bye for now, guys. Have a good weekend and a good Friday.